Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to my monthly live. Happy Canada Day for everybody from yesterday. And of course, 4th of July coming up for everybody in the US. So I have a bit of a change in the time. I know I posted that I was going to do this at noon Costa Rican time, but I had to switch in my clients. So we're switching this up a little bit. So what time is it? 9:43 for everybody back in Eastern Standard Time, and those in Costa Rican time, 7:43. So today, what I wanted to talk about is the 3 lies that the diet culture has told us and what's actually working. So I want to debunk some of the diet myths and, present a little bit of science, a little bit of statistics. And this is the thing, everybody, I'm not going to talk about the same thing like I always talk about, because, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I get a little annoyed at myself of like saying the same shit over and over and over. Like we have these belief systems in place, and you guys know what I do. And for those of you who are new, my name is Penny Halsam. I'm a trauma-informed mindset and wellness coach. And I work with your mindset. I work with like lifestyle, work with habits. We work with our common beliefs, our core values, and shadow work, and all of the inner child traumas, and all of that plays into how we believe, how we perceive, and why we do what we do. So along with Coach Lisa Balston, who does amazing things in the nutrition field, and holistic nutritionist and her Chinese medicine background, we put everything together for you so that you're getting a complete picture of health. That's why we do all of our programs, our membership. And if you don't know about our membership, you should please ask about it. I think it's great. And I want to take into account today what I do and how it makes a difference in whether you're losing weight, body fat, leaning down, crushing your cravings, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to do your workouts every day and you're like, I'm not consistent, I don't know how to be accountable. So we get this all the time. We have women coming to us constantly like, like I think I can do it myself, but I just need to be accountable, and I have no consistency, and all of these things, right? Like you're on again, off again. This struggle for most women is beyond epic, and it is an epidemic, quite frankly, especially if you're a Gen Xer like myself. So I'm going to get to that, talking about why we do what we do and why we're on this constant cycle of start, stop, start, stop. Oh my God, I'm going to start on a Monday. Oh, it's Thursday and I'm a little tired and life got busy, so I don't matter. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why you do that, why this comes into play. But I wanted to, and I asked this question on Monday, put out a call to action about the 3 lies the diet culture has told us and what some of those comments were. So we got things back like, oh, shouldn't be eating as much protein. Oh, calories in, calories out. And that is the biggest fallacy. Oh, I have to like work harder. All of those things. So we're going to debunk those a little bit, because that has nothing to do with whether or not you're losing weight. All of it. The diet industry has nothing to do with what you eat. Actually, I'm going to rephrase that. Your calories in, calories out. It has nothing to do with how you work out, slightly. And it has everything to do with how you think about it. If you're in a mindset of like, I'm going to do it now, right? Just for now. But then I'm going to go back to my old ways. You're not gaining anything. So one of the biggest lies, and the first thing is, everybody says this one, especially again, if you're like a Gen Xer or a baby boomer, and you're going to be like, oh, cutting calories is all that matters. No. Restricting doesn't equal more loss. What you're losing, and I'm sure you've heard Coach Lisa talk about this, is your muscle mass, which then in play makes you fatter. Slows down your metabolism. And if you're a serial dieter, which I used to be, And I still sometimes struggle with the whole like, emotional eating thing, because that's what we're going to talk about too. If you're in that mind frame of I've got to eat less in order to lose weight, what you're really doing is just totally fucking up your metabolism and shutting the whole thing down. I used to use this analogy when I was training people. It's like a coal engine. And if you don't know what that is, look it up on Google. So your coal steam engine, you had to continually shovel coal into the fire in order to make the train go forward. Yeah? And if somebody stopped throwing in the coal, your food, then the train didn't go anywhere. So if you're restricting your coal, proteins, healthy fats, starchy, like your proper carbs. When I say carbs, I know, sorry, Lisa, I really try to swear less this year. But this fires me up. This drives me crazy. So if you're restricting that coal into your steam engine, which is you, where is it going? It's going nowhere. And then we're getting tired. And then we're like getting lethargic. And then we're like, oh, I'm just so hungry, I'll eat anything. Here comes the box of cookies. And it's jumping out of the pantry. Or, better yet, you're hiding yourself in the kitchen pantry, shoving Oreos into your face. And you're like, oh, but I eat really well. No, you don't. None of us do. Unless you're like hyper strict all the time and like really on it. And that comes from your mindset, we're getting there in a minute, then you cutting your calories is like cutting out all of your results. Now, in order to gain what you want, more muscle mass, because I'm telling you ladies, as we all get older, that break in a hip situation is coming up. It's coming up faster than you think. And everybody's going to be like, oh no, I'm fine. You are until you're not. So why wouldn't you prevent that? Right? Nobody wants to fall on their ass, break a hip. Nobody wants that. So in order to do that, we have to like actually eat quality calories, proper proteins. You guys have all seen Coach Lisa talk. You can go into the guides. You can look at all of her nutrition videos. Pretty sure they're all still there. If not, visit our YouTube channel. They're all there. All the information's there for you. So we want to also balance the hormones. How many times have you talked to your friends and said, oh my God, these hot flashes are horrible. But then as you're chugging back some red wine, or you're sneaking a cookie, or you're having a bun and processed cheese and all of the things on top of it. And then you're like, oh, but I don't understand why I have hot flashes. Yes, you do. Again, we're coming back to the mindset. We're getting there. This is not going to be a short video. So that comes to your core beliefs of what you want. I will tell you, I hit menopause after my son passed. So what was that, 15 years ago? And I had one hot flash and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. So I changed my entire eating in order to mitigate and have pretty much zero symptoms. Because I wasn't expecting menopause at 42. So yeah. Like, I'm just like, you have to change. It's like when you're hitting, like, as an age, it's like, I always call menopause, it's kind of like puberty in reverse. It's just your next puberty. And when you had puberty, you had to, like, change a lot of things slowly over time, right? Change some habits. Okay, here we're going to get into the line number 2. That your goal is the number on the scale. I know we've all seen it. We've seen the social posts on social media and everybody's like, oh, I weigh the same, but they look totally different. Why? Because they finally got their head out of their ass and they finally stopped looking at the scale to go, oh, I need to be a certain amount. That plays into how we feel about ourselves and our self-worth. Coming back to mindset. If you guys aren't cluing in, it's all coming back to the way we think and what we believe and how we react. Okay? So your goal should never be about what the number is. Your goal should be, how do my clothes fit? Am I more lean? Am I stronger? Can I lift my own body weight? Can I do a full push-up or 10? Right? So if this is what you're looking to achieve, is cutting out your calories to lower the number on the scale, these are the lies that the diet industry has been telling us. Okay, the other one we want to look at is also that you have to exercise intensely every single day. That's not true. Okay, most women are actually working out way too hard. So, if you notice, Coach Lisa and I talk about rest and recovery. So, if your body's already under stress, and I will tell you, like 95% of the population are like anxiety driven, which is coming from your stress, which is coming from your gut health, which is coming from the connection of your vagus nerve. So, that nerve that runs from your gut to your brain, and it talks. Now, whether you believe it or not believe it, your nervous system is going to dictate what you look like in your genes, what that scale number is, and why you're not sleeping. And then what you're going to eat, because now you're tired and you're like, oh my God, I just don't want to have I just want something sugary. Why do I have so many cravings? Because that's your belief system. Your thought process is like, oh, I'm just going to have this one little treat because I need to treat myself, which turns into an everyday kind of treat, which turns into, oh, I'll do it later. One of the biggest things, and I checked it out on ChatGPT, we call him Larry because I've been training Larry for a while. I have notes. So most women, 75% of the adults, of that 75%, 87% are women who are overweight and obese. And everybody, listen, even if you're not and you're underweight, or like you can be skinny fat, like you can be thin, but you don't have any muscle mass, that's also a problem, right? So it's not just about, oh, is she really overweight? Okay, that's a problem with the heart, the lungs, the liver. I get body positivity and don't body shame. I understand all that. Right? So, but at some point you have to look inside. You have to look inside your brain and like, what am I thinking? Why do I do this? Why am I emotionally eating? Why am I throwing myself off the cliff again? Because here's the statistic. Of those 75% of women, over 80% of those women push their health to the bottom of the list. Sound familiar? Oh, I need help. I need help. We hear this all the time. We get clients calling us constantly. We get DMs all the time. And then we talk to women and like, okay, well, here's the path. Here's the plan. And then like, oh, I can do it myself. But let me ask this question, ladies, and then you and a post in the group. How many times have you stopped and started a diet plan, a fitness plan, an anything plan? Okay? I tell you for myself, it's in the hundreds. Over the course of my life, it's in the hundreds because I watched my mother do it. And I watched my grandmother do it. And I watched all my aunts and uncles, or my aunts do it. My uncles, I mean, they probably did it too, but they just were quiet about it. How many times has it been like, oh, I've got a wedding to go to. Oh, it's vacation time. Oh, and then you jump on a diet and it's like, oh, I'm going to get in shape for the weekend, the long weekend. I'm going to get in shape for the vacation. Oh, I'm going to get in shape because I want to wear that dress to a special event. And then, here's the biggest lie that the diet culture tells us. That you don't have to change anything. You're just going to be on it for this short time period. I used to train these women years ago, Russian sisters. They were awesome. They were on, instead of just like working out consistently, because they just never did anything if I wasn't there. And they would be like, every time I showed up, it's like, oh, I'm on another diet. Oh, I'm on another diet. They'd drop weight, of course, because it was so restrictive. So your body's in shock going, fuck, what's happening? So the body goes, oh my God, lose it all. And then 7 weeks, they're like, oh, this is the weight I want to be. So the scale says I'm good. And then the very next day, what did they do? They literally jumped back into their old habits. They went right back into eating exactly what they were eating prior to the 7-week diet. And then what happened? Oh yeah, that's right. They gained all the weight back because they thought it was just like a time issue. Okay, so Coach Lisa and I don't teach diets. We don't do that. What we teach is habits. We teach you how to break those habits because your belief system, whether you want to admit it or not, or look yourself deep in the eyes in the mirror and go, yeah, it's my fault. I'm the reason. instead of, oh, that diet didn't work. Oh, I'm going to have to like buy another MLM. Yeah. Those like ridiculous products. It's like, oh, I'm going to buy that product because that's the one that's going to work. Oh, a new program came online. That's the one that's going to work. Oh, they said I can lose 50 pounds in 2 months. I just literally fucking saw that for like a hypnotic thing. It's like lose 50 pounds, 2 months. I mean, I would be dead if I lost 50 pounds. I'm not the norm. Whatever. But come on. Do you like, and here's the thing. You should have seen the comments. 719 comments of people going, yeah, 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 yeah. I need this. I need Come on. Are we really in 2025 going to continue to just jump from the one shiny thing to the next shiny thing to the next shiny thing instead of looking at, when do I go to sleep? Am I journaling out the bullshit that's racing around in my head? I mean, Lisa had a post about what our wins were, and I just shared a massive win about what I was going through. So it never ends. Just because I'm a coach and I do this for a living and I'm a mindset, trauma-informed coach and lifestyle coach, like a life coach and a trainer, and I've been in this industry, same as Coach Lisa, like 27 plus years, I still do my journaling. I still sit there and I like contemplate. I still sit there and struggle on my mat over there and going, I want a cookie. I just want a cookie. And then I grab my pen and I grab my notebook and I start writing about what it is I'm struggling with. And it's not easy. Nobody said it was easy. But you know what it is? I get to the end point and I get to go through all of those things and dig into that layer of like the next layer down of who I am and why I believe what I believe. And again, it comes from, I watched my mom every 5 minutes. Oh, I need to go on a diet. Oh, I'm just going to eat this. And then like she'd lose 3 pounds and then all of a sudden she's like just back eating whatever. And my grandmother did it. When my grandmother turned 100, she was having a party because she turned 100. Guys, come on. And then she called me and she was like, I need help. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? Like, do you need like me to come and like, what? What do you need? Well, I'm just wondering how to lose a few pounds. I just want to get rid of my tummy. The woman was 100. The vanity runs deep in my family. Right? But my mom used to say it. Oh, if I could just lose a little off my tummy, this dress would fit better. But yet never do anything substantial to change. Because her belief system was, oh, I'm just going to cut my calories. I'm just going to starve myself a little bit. My mom did like the cabbage soup diet, the heart, what is it, that one, like for heart disease, 3 days, lose 10 pounds. Of course I did them too. There was the Bernstein, Susan Powder, the Mediterranean, blah, 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 blah. Take what you want. But all it comes down to is taking responsibility for ourselves and sitting here going, if I'm not healthy, how is my family going to be healthy? Right? Like my kids grew up, because I, worked on this years ago. My kids grew up eating tons of fruits and vegetables because that's just what it was. We didn't keep sweets, treats, or whatever in the house. It just wasn't, we didn't do it. Mostly also because I was a little broke and I couldn't afford it. Because let's be honest, the money that you're putting out, Starbucks, junk food, takeout, Chinese, pizza, that's a lot of money when you start adding up that black hole money, right? And then you're like, oh, I can't afford coaching. Fine. But what you're saying is, I'm not important enough in order to make a change. I did say this was going to be rough. So when you're looking at making a change, you have to get really clear about why you believe what you believe, right? So you can, if anybody's ever followed Peter Crone, and Coach Lisa and I have followed that man, he's amazing. And he talks about living in victimhood. The diet industry wants you to be there. The diet industry and the diet culture wants you to stay in victimhood, blaming everybody else except yourself. Because why? $38 billion. That's why. It's the same as like the pharmaceuticals. Don't even get me started. Lisa, don't. I know what's going to happen if I go down that trail. Let's stick with the diet culture. Guys, like, I've had clients and friends say to me, oh, yeah, no, I'm just going to, like, you know, it's a Gina Levy. I think it was Gina Levy. She has a program exactly like our membership. And I've had friends join that one. They're like, oh, well, it's shorter. It's only 6 weeks. I've had several friends join that woman's program more than 3 times. Ask me if they've ever finished the 6 weeks. Ask me if they've ever met their goals. Ask me if they literally fall back into the exact same pattern and habits. Every one of them. Why? Because what you're thinking about how to lose the weight, or what you think diet and exercise and wellness really is not about your calories in, calories out. It is not about what the scale says to you. It is not about, you know, restriction. It's not about working out super hard. Especially, and mentioned this about 6 minutes ago. If your body's already under stress and you're already in that anxiety mode situation where the depression's kicking in and you're like opposite, like depression, like anxiety, which again, I did mention stems from your stress, which stems from your gut health. And it could be reversed unless you want to live in victimhood and keep it as an excuse. Okay? What actually makes a difference is understanding what's going on in your head and understanding why you do what you do. Are you putting labels on yourself? And this is part of our membership, having like, you know, understanding your identity. You know, because instead of like taking responsibility, everybody's like, oh, I'm this, I'm this. They put labels on themselves so that they have an excuse. Now, if you're living in a stress, everybody, and your stress level's here and it's never coming down, and then you're gonna like, so your cortisol levels go up and, you know, your belly fat pops on, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna work out even harder because I want to lose the belly fat. So you're putting your body under more stress. Right? Do you see how that's going to just like, opposed to yin yoga, Pilates, swimming, walking, journaling, meditation, understanding why I do what I do. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's tough work. And most people would rather have a pizza, watch Netflix, and drink a glass of wine, which turns into 2, which turns into like not just on a Friday night, which turns into, well, I've already fucked Friday, so I may as well just take the weekend. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm driving down the road and my tire blows on my car. That sucks. I may as well just stab all the other 3 tires. Right? Well, 1 blew, so you may as well just like slash the other 3. Okay, so you see where this comes into play of the diet culture is keeping you and wants you to be constantly chasing the next shiny thing, and they want to keep you feeling inadequate, and they want you to continue to feel that you're not worthy of putting yourself first because for whatever reason, the house, the kids, the dog, the husband, the everything else has to come first until you burn out. And then what happens when you burn out? Okay? I made a decision, I want to say like 4.5 years ago. No, it's 5 now. I made a decision to put myself absolutely first. 100%. I even made a post about it on Facebook. You know what the first person to get offended was? My dad. And he was like, oh, well, if I thought that way, I wouldn't be able to help anybody. He's a baby boomer, right? And at the time, my grandmother was in a home. You know, really needy. I mean, she was pretty needy anyway. So my cousin, who totally understood what I meant, made a comment. She's like, on an airplane, you put oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you can help other people. So me putting myself first felt wrong at the time and I struggled with it, but I continued because I'm worth it. Because I deserve to be put first, the same way you do. You deserve to be put first. But if you don't get your head in the game to be like, no, it's all about me, because I'll tell you the end result, it allows me to show up for my friends. It allows me to show up for my daughter. It allows me to show up for you guys. It allows me to show up and cultivate new things with Coach Lisa so that we can bring you more. It allows me to just be able to give opposed to the other way around. Right? So what it comes down to, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 25 minutes now. What it comes down to, when you're looking to lose weight or body fat or gain muscle or change a habit or whatever it has nothing to do. Your diet and fitness culture have nothing to do with how you jump around, what you put in your face. It's what you think. It's how you look at that. If you're going to constantly look at the drama cycle, because that's what we call them, like, oh, I'm dieting again. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm dieting again. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm going to diet, but until I go on vacation, and then I'm just going to eat everything. Fuck that. Your body doesn't need the rest. Your brain needs the rest. So if your body is holding on to all the emotional trauma, all the shit that you're avoiding, all the things that you don't want to talk about, so think about this. Wait, I just had a thought. It's a good one. Every time that you're holding on to an emotional trauma that you're trying to avoid, think about that as a lump on your butt. And then, I'm going to hold on to all my past injuries and all the things that people don't like about me. And I'm going to hold on to that on my stomach. Oh, I'm going to hold on to that whatever. My parents didn't love me the way I needed to, which is a real thing, by the way, people. I'm just going to hold on to that on my ass. So all of the trauma and all the emotional shit that you're avoiding, it's lumping up on your body. So if you want to lose what you want to lose, if you're serious about it, here. The diet and fitness culture starts right here. It is true. It's like they teach it in science, mind over matter. What's your mind telling you? What does it matter? And how are you going to fix it? Guys, that's my question. Comment in below. Jackie and Lisa, you guys are hilarious. I'm trying not to read all your stuff because I'm just going to get off-centered. All right. I'm stopping ranting. So, answer the question. What is it that you're holding on to that you wish you could let go of? Tell me in the comments. And we will, obviously, if you want, book a turbo call with either Coach Lisa or myself in order to build a plan. Because without a plan, nothing happens. In order to make a change in your habits, nothing's going to happen. Guys, thank you for listening to me rant and carry on. This is a long one. If you have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Post it in the comments below. And I will see you for my live next month.